The 34-inch Lake Oahe Freak, hard proof that catch and release works, and when leeches bite back. We got that and more coming up right now in Target Walleye's Top 5 presented by Seafoam. Let's dive on in. No doubt that walleyes absolutely love eating leeches.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
But sometimes it's actually the leeches that are dining on the walleye. Woodward Fishing posted this video on their Instagram page of a walleye they caught in northern Wisconsin. They actually caught it on a moonshine shiver minnow, and it had a mouth full of leeches. Now, I've seen this before, but never ever to this extent. At a quick glance, a lot of folks think that walleye was gorging on them, eating them up off bottom, but if you look closely, they're attached. They're feeding on the walleye. But I sent this video and some screenshots off to a friend at the Minnesota DNR who passed it along to their fish health laboratory, and they said that these are, well, they confirmed these are actually parasitic leeches and that they attach, penetrate the skin, and take blood from fish and can quickly decrease hemoglobin in small fish, sometimes killing them, but that they would not expect issues with this walleye population. Instead, it will likely run its course as leeches detach to lay eggs and walleyes move out of the area looking for cooler water and higher dissolved oxygen. So a big thanks to Isaiah with Minnesota DNR's Fish Health Laboratory for getting back to me with that super interesting info. Of course, Isaiah went into much more detail and used bigger, fancier words that I'm not even going to try to pronounce here. And you would have already seen that and gotten the full scoop had you been signed up for the Target Walleye emails. All right. Number 2. Earlier this season, we shared a picture of a giant 29 3/4 inch walleye that a client caught while fishing with northern Minnesota guide Jason Durham. Quite the specimen there, but that's its good side. It's much more recognizable from its right, where you can see its blind, wonky eye. And now they released that fish to get even more bigger. And Jason made a comment about, if anybody catches this fish, let me know, because obviously it's pretty obvious if you catch that same giant. And what do you know, fast forward to the 4th of July, and a client that was fishing with Chad Tobias of First City Guide Service caught the same one-eyed walleye, and this time it went 30 1/4 inches long. I always find it so dang cool when we see hard proof that catch and release works, especially on those big, beautiful fish. Now, who's going to catch her when she's 31 inches next time? When Walleye Pro Ryan Buddy isn't cashing checks in walleye tournament after walleye tournament or running charters on Lake Erie, he's actually a pilot at Delta Airlines. And on a recent layover in Amsterdam, he grabbed his Ugly Stick GX2 travel rod, headed down to the boardwalk, and caught a behemoth 36-inch Xander from the bank.
That's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system.
And that wasn't the only one he layovered into while slow rolling a swim bait along bottom. Ryan said there wasn't a fishing boat in sight and very few other shore fishermen, and that if this was Detroit, there would be 4,000 boats floating down the river. So weird to me that more people aren't fishing there. Yeah, I mean, what do people who don't fish do for fun?
What's your favorite hobby?
Magnets.
Okay, what, like making magnets, collecting magnets?
Playing with magnets? Just magnets.
I'm gonna put snowboarding.
I was sent this next cool pic from Johnny Candle. Thanks, Johnny. He was out filming with Linder Media, catching walleyes. They caught one that puked up something a little funny in the bottom of the boat. So they ended up cleaning that particular fish and finding it chock full of apparently dragonfly larvae. Look at all that. There were a few people in the comments section who said that it's actually huge mayfly larvae. I don't know. I'm no Scientologist. All I know is whatever type of larva that is, it's going to help create a really good bite over those soft mud bottom bays as that larva hatches out of the mud and rises up to the surface. It doesn't hatch in the mud though. I think it hatches on the surface. I think larva rises from the mud and then hatches on the surface, and when it hatches, then it's the actual bug. I'm having a really difficult time getting my science on right now.
What exactly are you trying to say here?
Fish soft bottom when there's bug hatches going on. There's your tip of the day. This also gives me the strong urge to throw a little Ned rig, hit him with that Crush City Ned BLT. We already know it can look like anything, and now we can add larva to that list. We're gonna wrap this up with the Freak of the Week. No offense, Dewey.
Freak of the week.
But seriously, when a hammer like NWT Pro Dwayne Dewey Jelm says that he just caught his biggest walleye ever, you know it's gonna be an absolute unit. Dewey was playing around with some new baits on his favorite lake, Oahe. Lake Oahe. When he landed a 34-inch walleye of a lifetime that weighed 13 pounds, 14 ounces. He's also even got your Prove It of the Week thanks to that digital scale. And then he had the audacity to tease us and say that he caught that fish of a lifetime on a brand new Rapala that's going to be released at ICAST this next week. Tell us already.
Well, we're waiting.
Big congrats on the new personal best, man. That one is going to be tough to top. And best believe I'm going to be tracking you down at ICAST next week so I can get the inside scoop as to what this new Rapala is all about. That wraps up this week's top 5. A big shout out to Seafoam for keeping us running smooth and making this fun video series possible. Now if you want more walleye related content like this, sign up for our free Target Walleye emails at targetwalleye.com, and I'll see you back in 7.